Hi guys, Tony from the Heritage Line, and it's that time of the month again. It's Midweek Mail Bag. I have my tea here. Always got to have the obligatory tea. And what else have I got? We've got a parcel, parcel, and a parcel. Look at these. Not sure what we've got yet, but we've got a few things going on here. So what we'll do is we'll start from small to large and we'll see what we get. So let's go and have a look. Right, so first parcel in one of these grey things. Right, it says expansion board module. Okay, let's see what this is. Right. What have we got? Oh. Okay. That is not an expansion board module. This is something quite different. Yes, we have lots and lots of components here. Like, this is an electronic kit. It's got switches on it, got LEDs, we've got diodes, we've got, that's some form of, it's a crystal for timing, and we've got some displays, and oh my word, this I believe is a clock. Does it actually tell me on it? Yes, it's a kit for a clock. Okay. Now then, if I remember rightly, what I actually got this for, this was actually supposed to be a motivation idea for me. And I think the idea was to build up the clock, and it's a timer. And the idea was that this would show me how much time I actually spend in the model railway room. Because I do not spend enough, and I'm hoping that with this I can work out how long I spend each week in the model railway room, and it'll encourage me to do a little bit more, and we'll see where we go from. So it's just a little clock to build up. So that's going to be very, very interesting. I won't be sharing how I soldered this up. I will just build it in my own time, and see if I can get the thing working. And if I do, I'll show you it complete, and then you can see for yourselves. But yeah, this was just more of a motivational tool. No instructions, so I'm going to have to see if we can find a listing for it and see if we can work out how to build the thing. So yeah, that could be a little bit different for me. So yeah, there you go. We have a clock. So here is the listings for the actual clock that I've got. This is the actual version. So we'll take a look at this listing. And as you can see, that is the actual kit built up. That's the actual PCB soldered up. All the parts. And a circuit diagram as well. We open that up. There you go. You can actually see all the actual bits. All the resistors are named. So there is actually a circuit diagram for this as well. And hopefully I'll have all those bits in that bag. Let's shrink that back down again. So let's just have a quick look at the listing, see what it actually says about the item. So it's a 6 bits digital electronic clock. Based on a single chip. It's got 3 buttons that we know about. So we've got basics of how to operate it there. I won't know till I actually build the thing to see what actually happens. So S3 for choosing the key, S2 for expansion, and adding a value of 1. I assume that's actually setting up the time. It says that the operating voltage is between 7 volts and 12 volts, so that's ideal for my use. I'll be just using a 12 volt DC power supply. So this tells me about functions, the alarm function, it's got an alarm on it as well. Countdown function, stopwatch function, and a counter function. So yeah, like I said, it's just a little kit. It'll be a bit of soldering practice. There's plenty of items there. It'll get me iron on the soldering, and hopefully I can make it work. And if I do, I will be sharing it with you guys. But it's just a bit of soldering practice and keep me iron basically. So there you go. That is the actual project. So we'll take a look at the next item. So next item, let's have a look. No idea. Got no idea when this was. Second 25, so it's quite recent. No, there we go. Okay. This is tape. I can't remember what the actual name of the tape is, but we often refer to it as Captain Tape. And it's a high heat tape. It's a brilliant resistor. And this is the sort of thing I might actually use to insulate, say, a metal body from a DCC chip. It's very, very thin. And sometimes you can wrap these actually around your decoders, but you do need to leave a little bit of air so the decoders can still dissipate a bit of heat. But yeah, it's just Captain Tape. And that's about all I can really say. It does have another name. So we'll take you over to the listings and we'll see what the listing says. So the name I was actually thinking of was Polyamide Tape. Commonly known as Captain Tape. I assume Captain Tape is actually a commercial name, but we all know it as Captain Tape. There's various different thicknesses, and you wouldn't even think you could actually use it as electrical tape. It's essentially heat resistant tape, but it actually works as a bit of an insulator as well. For instance, this is only 5 millimeters, which is a bit small for our purposes. I actually went for the 10 millimeter one, so let's have a look at this listing here for one. So we only want one roll. It doesn't actually tell us. Oh yeah, 10 millimeter, there we go. So what does it actually say about the tape? It says it's heat resistant tape, mug press tape. Well, don't really know what that means. That's a temperature you can actually withstand. It's obviously used in printing and stuff. That's very interesting. Used for ceramics, metal mugs, small ornaments, coasters, glasses and things. So I'm not really sure about that use. What else can it be used for? Suitable for large printable items as t-shirts, ceramic mold. So maybe they use it in the kilns or something. Maybe it's part of the actual printing process where they actually heat an object up. And obviously the tape can actually withstand the heat. But in our purposes, we use it as an insulating tape. And, you know, it's good for isolating wires. It's a very, very thin tape. And it's great. You can wrap it around the decoder. I tend to wrap it around, leave the ends open, so at least a bit of heat can still escape. You don't want to keep all the heat within the decoder, otherwise, you know, it won't actually be so good. But yeah, this is it. It is just Captain Tape. That is what you're actually looking for. Next item, what have we got here? Audio level meter indicator. Okay. What is this? Okay. These are some more electronic kits. I can't remember why I got these, but I've got a few of them. They're very, very simple kits. I wonder, these may be the flashing light kits, but I'm not sure. So we'll have to go over to the listings and we'll see what the listing says. So these are the little DIY electronic kits. This shows the circuit built up, and it's just a simple flashing kit. I actually bought 4 of them so I can have a little play, see if I can actually use one for a level crossing. I can't see why not. Essentially what I will do is, instead of using these 5mm LEDs, I will wire it to an LED that is actually on the level crossing. But we'll take a little look-see and let's see what it shows us here. So that's the actual circuit there, or what it will look like. Very simple. It's only got 4 resistors, 2 capacitors, 2 transistors I should imagine, and a couple of LEDs. So it's very, very simple circuit to build. That's the board there and the components. Yeah, it is a 9014 transistor. There's the front of the circuit, so very, very easy to work out what actually goes where. So that's quite nice to see. And there's a schematic. So it's just another useful little item, bit of soldering practice. That shows the actual light and it coming on. So yeah, it's just another little toy to play with. So hopefully it'll just show an easy way of making a little flashing level crossing. Does it actually say anything below? There we go, flashing LED light kit. It's a simple circuit designed for circuit and soldering beginners. Everyone can make customized products that express most basic welding skills. Okay, it's a 4-piece set. Working voltage is between 3 and 14 volts, so that's ideal. It's simple, can be used as a school project for kids. It doesn't take much soldering at all. A little bit about the actual PCB thickness. Tells us about the size of the PCB and the actual LEDs as well. So yeah, that is the actual circuit. So again, it's just a little fun project, a simple one, and we'll see how we get on with it. Right, next item, it's a parcel. Let's see what's in here, shall we? We'll get into it. We're finding bubble wrap. Oh, it's Dapol, whatever it is. Okay, let's carry on. Carry on. What on earth is this? Aha! Okay, Megafrets. Now I've been after some Megafrets for a while. I'm currently building up another container train, and these are just a pair of Megafrets. That's the code for it. In fact, they're both the same code, it doesn't really matter. But these are the unweathered Megafrets. So we can have a little look-see, I suppose. Let's take one out. There we go. Take the top off. So these blue bits here, these circles are what you use to connect the two up. Take that off. And there you go. So these actually come out like that. You've got a little socket at the bottom here, and that's where they actually join up. And then the containers just go on the top. So yeah, these are just Megafrets. So that's a really nice find. I forgot I'd ordered those. So yeah, those are the Megafret containers. So we'll be cracking on. I did actually find some containers in a very early mail bag, I believe. And that'll do for this. So yes, we're doing okay. We've got some Megafret containers. So we've actually got something that is railway related. So that makes a nice change. Right, let's have a look at the last parcel. Right then, these are the Megafret wagons. They actually come in twins, these wagons. Now the version I've got are the pristine ones. These are very much an earlier product. The later products, they've actually got them weathered. That's if you can actually find them. To be honest, I had a quick look at the eBay listings and nobody was actually selling any in Engage. So maybe there's an out of production at the minute. But from time to time they will come back. But we'll have a quick look at the pictures. So that's the actual item on the track. That's the opposite side. And they are container wagons. That is exactly what they are. They're just container wagons. But obviously you have to buy the containers. And there's a picture showing you the actual length of the item. They are very, very light. But once you get the container on them, that will add a bit of weight. And you do actually get weights for the containers as well. So if you do need to add some extra weight to it, you can do. But, you know, you often see these vehicles actually running without containers as well. So there you go. These are the Megafret wagons. I'm using the old Hatton's listing here to show you. It tells you the era and the current era. Well, to be honest, they're not so easy to find these days. But there you go. Those are the Megafret wagons. So here we go. The last parcel. What have we got in here? Whatever it is, it's expensive. It says 110 on the envelope. No idea. Okay. A box within an envelope. So a little bit of an enigma, isn't it? Okay, let's go into this. How am I going to get into this? I don't know. That's not doing very well with this, guys. Let's even slice down the ends. Okay. Okay. What's this? We're still going. This is like a Russian doll. Okay. Oh. Well, these are really well wrapped. I'll give them that. Let's see if we can keep going. So we're now down to some tissue paper. Anybody got any guesses yet? No, neither have I. Right, slowly. I think we're getting somewhere close now. Come on, can we? Right, here we go. Aha! Right, here we go. Look at that. We're getting there. There's another one. Excellent. Okay, so we have 2 nuclear flask wagons. We have number 38. Now these have solid discs on them, and there's actually one missing, I notice. That's no hardship. And these actually have the open handbrakes on them. That's number 23 and number 38. So there we go. These are by Farish. And yes, they are nuclear flask wagons. We can turn them over. So they've both got slightly different markings on the side. Let's zoom in a little bit, shall we? There we go. So yes, they are slightly marked up differently. Got a bit of weight to them, not too bad. And this is part of the reason, if I remember rightly, I got the brake van. If I get my brake van out. Now the idea is, let me zoom out again. Like, the idea is that obviously if the flasks are empty, I could take them like this, but I've got this brake van for them as well. So that's part of the train. Now then, if it was full, I would have some barrier wagons, and I've got a couple of hoppers, and they will do as barrier wagons. But it just makes for a different train. Now, to be honest, Revolution End, they made a really nice nuclear flask train. I mean, it's a big long thing, but it was just out of my period. The max I go period wise is probably 2007 sort of. That's the maximum time I will go to. And believe me, there's some lovely modern image stuff out there. But you have to draw the line somewhere. And even now, they brought out some new flasks, very sort of similar to these, but they're more of a modern design. And again, they're out of my period. And these are the Farish ones. And when I did my research, these actually ran up to about 2007. But they also ran in BR time, so these would actually work with the blue BR trains. So I can actually use it in a couple of different periods. And that was the whole point, really. So this is a very sort of special train. These, to be honest, are like hen's teeth to get hold of, especially at the right price. And as you saw on the packet, it did say 110. So that means I would have paid £55 each for these. But when you relate it to today's prices, if they ever release that again, I reckon you'd probably be looking £60-70 at least. And it's a lovely little wagon, that. Yes, I am missing one little disc on that side, but I can soon knock something up to actually create that disc. So that is very nice. That's very different. So it's certainly been a wagon session this time. I don't know if I'll find the listing for this, because it's quite an old listing, but I'll see what I can find for them. So we'll see what we can do. So this is the first of the nuclear flask wagons, and these do not come up very often, in all honesty. They only made a limited run of them, really. I don't know how long the run was for, but it's several years ago now. And this is the Flask 38. So it says it's the one with a slopy floor and oval buffers. And that's the actual number of it. So let's have another look at this one. So there you go. That, if you notice, it's actually got a solid disc there for the brakes. That's a picture of the opposite side. There's another side-on view there. and the length and the height, well, the length, should I say, of the actual wagon itself. So there you go. That is Flask 38. So this is the other nuclear flask wagon. This is Flask 23. This time it has a flat floor, changeover valve and round buffers, whereas the last one had the oval buffers. Again, there's your product number there. Again, it's another wagon that is hard to find, but they do turn up occasionally. So there's another angle of the wagon and the opposite side. Then the side on view and the top down view. So there's not a lot of difference. Apart from you actually notice these wheels on the side are open instead of solid disc. And there it is in the box. So there you go. That is the nuclear flask wagon. So there you go, guys. Right, so this is the roundup for this month. So, what did we get? We got the clock kit. That's something I will build off screen. If I can get it working, I will show you guys. But that was just a bit of soldering practice for me, really. And like I said, if I can get it working, it'll be a motivational tool for me as well. Well, these are the flashing LED kits. That's what they turned out to be. And that I will show. I will build one of these. It's a simple kit. It's just a nice little project, and the whole point of these was, if you remember back, was the level crossing, and it's got the actual lights in it, and I'm going to put some red LEDs. I must have some somewhere. In fact, I got one in a mailbag recently. Yes, I did. So I've got some red LEDs, and we're just going to wire the red LEDs up to one of these, and we'll see if we can get it flashing. So that'll be just a little offside project, but something a little different. And these are cheap as chips, really. For 4 kits, it's a good bit of fun. So yeah, that's for the level crossing. What else did we get? We got some of the tape, what they call the captain tape, but as I said, it has got the funny name, Megafrets. Got some Megafrets to play with, and of course I have got the nuclear wagons as well. So it's been a right mixed bag this time. We've got electronics and we've got some model railway, so we can't grumble at that, guys. So plenty to be getting on with. So I'm going to get off now, and I will catch you in the next one. So bye for now, guys.